On to White Bear Lake 4-0 to the Hill Murray Pioneers. But the Hill Murray game certainly had a few things that, it was a better game. It was 1-0 after 2 periods, and Grand Rapids competed against one of the top teams in the state of Minnesota. And we will, during the pregame show, be talking with head coach of the Thunderhawks, Grant Clapton, and he's all about effort and letting the results take care of themselves, which certainly reminds me of Trent Klatt back in 2016 and 2017. Trent always said those same things. So for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, a chance to get back on the winning track here this evening as they take on a struggling Brainerd Warrior team that only has 3 wins on the season and also is missing a few key forwards scratched tonight due to illness. And we will be talking to their head coach, Jared Johnson. But Brainerd has been playing better of late, getting a tie with Detroit Lakes and a win over St. Cloud, a team that had beaten them earlier in the season. So the Thunderhawks taking on the Brainerd Warriors tonight. We'll take our first break, and in 3 minutes, Super Joe will look back at the loss against Hill Murray in last weekend's action. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com. Joe said he's not available for the 30th, the Rockridge game, and he's out of town.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want to take care of finding a color guy, or you want me to talk to people? Doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'll do it with Dano or Jason or whoever you want to send.
I'll talk to Dano and see what he thinks.
Okay.
And then because he might want to jump on that one.
Okay. Should be a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, that
should be a really good game.
I don't mind doing it with, Jason's fine too, whatever.
Cool. Yeah,
I actually went back and listened to one of the full Pregame with Jason. I went back and just watched.
Yeah.
We sound pretty good.
You do sound good. You do sound good. There ain't no doubt.
He's really good.
Right on.
So I will, I'm happy to be getting
Cool. Yeah, I'll visit with Dano. If he can't, then we'll see Jason. If not, then we'll figure it out. Cool. Yeah, because they're the number 1 team right now, aren't they, Rockridge?
Probably, yeah.
Is that here or is that?
It's here. That'll be full.
That's gonna be a ruckus one. We're gonna have to maybe sell a couple of extra sponsors for that.
There you go. There you go. So I had a day run and I was listening to Midwest
listening to the Duke, and it's like, they've got a lot of local people that you don't have.
Really?
And I didn't even think that they had, in the past, I didn't think they had that much on the Duke. But I'm trying to remember who I was hearing. I was thinking, I got to remember these till Marcus. But, you know, there's a number of local businesses. It's like, oh, I've not heard them on Rapid Trade.
With what frequency are they?
96.1.
96. I have this turned on.
Yeah.
Take a listen.
That's classic country.
Yeah. I have to get back to my, those Nebraska roots. Listen.
There you go. Need a little Garth Brooks, Pete Whitley in your life. It's classic country, but it's not classic enough for me.
Oh, right.
It's like, this is all 90s.
Yeah, you gotta get some 80s in there, some 70s.
You gotta get some 50s and 60s.
Oh, you know that?
Right. Yeah, 60s and 70s.
There you go. Well, we haven't got that far yet, but Steve's talking because I think both transmitters have those HD channels on them.
Yeah.
And I think throw a country station on one of the HD channels.
Sure could do that.
That would, something a little different. Oh, Terry's running. He's running. What do you got there, Joe? That's going off the roof. Well, you're having a day as well, Joe.
Hey, so Mark said he's doing extra duty. He may not be on your night score. So you may be on your own for stats a little bit.
All right. Got my pen ready.
Okay.
Come on, Marv. Where are we at with the things?
Well, I'm married.
Okay. All right. That's some of your hobbies.
You know, I enjoy fishing.
Okay.
I got a honeymoon trip planned.
Well, congrats. Coming up in June?
July, actually.
July, sorry. Yep. Alaska cruise?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're in the middle of it was you or the break and you and the break. And I've got and I've got interviews. The Brainerd coaches could also be known as Brad Hydu. I think I asked him 2 questions and we went, wow. He's the opposite of jamming.
We'll check on my other board on it.
Whoever's sitting over there has been playing a lot of Michael Jackson tonight. Game tomorrow night? Well, Daniel's got one in the game. Greenway's playing in middle of the afternoon. Tomorrow.
Greenway hockey?
Yeah, they got that 1 o'clock game versus. And they say they're not going to move it, so because they're trying to get all the kids to go. Right? That's not working very well. So. Yeah, so Greenway plays People Falls tomorrow at 1. And then Sheldon's outside doing GRG in Alexandria.
You sure you don't want to come do that
outside game with me?
You got very cold-brain heaters.
I'm sorry. Gotta go to the party. No, honestly, I'd rather.
What party are you at? Hockey.
Oh, the holiday party. I really like this.
Oh, you are really
Yeah,
late.
the Blueberry Bowl.
Where are you setting up tomorrow?
He's going to run the lift out for me.
That's cool.
Oh, good. No problem. Anytime, Marvin.
Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Jared Johnson, head coach Brainerd Warriors. And, we're towards the end of January. We're, feels like we're already getting towards the end of the season, Coach.
Yeah, in spite of that cold weather, it is. It's a little bit brighter when you go to the rink and leave the rink during practices. So, yeah, we're getting near the end. And, unfortunately for us right now, every season you go through a sickness, and we're dealing with a little bit of that today in the last week here. So hoping to get that out of the way as we get to the final stretch here, and we're ready for playoffs.
So I know wins have been a little bit sparse this year for Brainerd. Talk a little bit about how the season has gone and how you've played overall.
Yeah, I was telling our guys pregame that I'm sure coaches do a homework on each other, and our team we've actually lost, I think, 5 or 6 one-goal games, and the wins haven't been where we had hoped they would be. We had a player that left to the USHL, and he was a leading scorer last year for these guys. And so we lost 10 seniors and our starting goalie that played all 27 games. So we knew it would be a little bit of a struggle for us. And the great thing for our group is that they've continued to work hard in spite of the wins and losses. And we finally feel like we're turning a corner here. Our last 2 games, we had a nice tie against Detroit Lakes. It was 0-0, and it was a great hockey game, and they've had a lot of success this season. And then we won 5-0 over St. Cloud, which early in the season they had beat us 2-1. So we feel like we're heading in the right direction. As I said, unfortunately, we're missing 2 of our top 6 forwards and a defenseman that's been in our lineup here and was probably, in our top 4 defensemen too. So, but the great thing is the last couple games that we have had success, we've had kids that have stepped up that, filled in some of those spots, and that's exciting. And especially when they're getting that opportunity, that they're taking advantage of it, and they come in, I think, sometimes a little bit hungry and want to prove a point, and we've had that happen. So we're excited about where we're at right now in spite of the 3-13 record. And again, they're high school kids, and you hope that you're going to get their effort every single night, and I think we're going to have that tonight.
Well, and, as I look, the JV game is very competitive. You had a 1-0 lead until maybe something I heard out there just now. But so you have some quality players all the way down through at least your varsity JV. Yeah,
that's been last year. Same way, our junior varsity had a good season, a really good season, because there was 10 seniors that had been playing, for a year or 2, 3 years for some of those seniors, and those guys did a great job of, our staff has been there, our head coach has been there for a long time and does a really great job with those kids, and that's so important that they have a great, junior varsity season in preparation for opportunities that might come up. And they've had another good season for us, and they're in every single game. And like I said, we've had a few kids that have moved up from that JV that have stepped in really nicely, and that's, important, especially at this, at the high school level. At AA, you need to be able to get guys from that JV team to come in and build off of this season of, as a sophomore or junior and be ready to play varsity.
So what are you looking for as you go up against Grand Rapids tonight? What clicks in your mind? You say, the game's going well.
Well, for us, it's just, we got to make sure that we are, you get pucks in deep on these guys. They're going to play physical, and their top line is really good, and with Garski up there for sure. And then I think Roloff is one of the best defensemen we'll see all year long, and we got to make sure that we keep an eye on those guys, and you want to keep them off the power play when they have that much skill with those guys. They're top 5, 6, 7 guys. You don't want to give them opportunities. And for us, the last couple of games is we've done a good job of just being ready from the start, and then being good, responsible play. As I always tell them, in the offensive zone, stay above the puck, and when we're in our defensive zone, stay underneath it and make sure that we gain our zones and that we're good on the blue lines. And when we do that, we can be competitive.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And that is Jared Johnson, head coach of the Brainerd Warriors. And in the JV game, that went to Brainerd 3-2 in overtime. Grand Rapids never had a lead in that game. They tied it at 1, tied it at 2, but were unable to finish it off as they give up a goal in overtime for a 3-2 loss. And joined now by Super Joe Gigliotti, who's still doing some management stuff and juggling schedules back at the station. But now you put your full attention to hockey, Joe.
I am set to go for this matchup, usually a fun game between Grand Rapids and Brainerd, and no shortage of words from the Brainerd coach, very insightful and ready to go here this evening.
Well, and I mean, I've heard it from a lot of coaches. Well, we don't have a lot of wins, but we've had some close losses and we're playing better lately. We'll see how that goes against a step up in competition for Brainerd. This isn't St. Cloud or Detroit Lakes.
Yeah, and he mentioned it in his interview, Brainerd with 5 one-goal losses here this season. So they'll stay in the game, they'll stay with you. But yeah, they'll certainly have their hands full with Grand Rapids tonight. And I think for the Thunderhawks, this is a good get-right night. After a tough weekend against White Bear and Hill Murray, this is a prime opportunity to put some pucks in the net, get the confidence back up, get the morale up as they head for another tough test on Saturday against St. Thomas Academy.
We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with head coach of the Thunderhawks, Grant Clafton. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Welcome back to the pregame show on J105 with Grant Clafton, head coach Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And I guess if people look at scores from last weekend, they say 2 4-goal losses, but Saturday's game was much different than Friday's.
Yeah, I think they answered the bell on Saturday. I mean, we had a good conversation about what we need to do to be successful, and White Bear Lake was just a ticking time bomb for us. That's been that's been coming down the pipe, and we've been getting away with it, and it was a good eye opener. And I thought we came out and at least tried to start hitting a little bit more against Hill Murray. Now we have to get the puck, and it as a coach, for me, it was great to watch the video because you get to see what good teams do, and then you get to see what we do, and you can compare. And it's not so much the mistakes you're making; it's the effort or the lack thereof that you're actually putting in. So, it's not obviously what we were looking for, but we haven't lost since Edina.
Right.
So, I mean, we went 30-plus days without a loss, and we're in the January blues right now. Every team goes through it, and now we just have to get out of it, and there's only one way to get out of it, and that's just, stick together and work hard, and if it doesn't get better right away, work harder.
And I mean, you talk about the Hill Murray game. It was a 4-goal loss, but that was 1-0 after 2 periods, and you had some chances.
Yeah, we had some chances, but we're not paying the price to get pucks in the net. And I think that we're not going to start scoring goals until we can start capitalizing on heavy effort in front battles.
And I know it's been long enough ago, I don't even remember what they were, but I know there was some more line shuffling during the Hill Murray game. What have you settled on for tonight?
Almost the same. I think we're going to try, Jameson back in the middle. I kind of want to put him at center, and he'll be on with Nathan and Ander, and Nate can play his offhand. And then we'll have Dylan between Luke Palachek is going to play a little bit on the wall, see how that goes, and then Seth Carlson.
Okay, so that shuffles up a little bit. I talked to Alex a little bit before the game tonight. He's going to miss another one, but that doesn't look like a long-term thing?
No, I don't think it's long-term, and right now it's a little bit more precautionary more than anything. I mean, we obviously need him down the stretch, and, you don't want to call this a meaningless game because they all mean something at, right now at this time of the year, but we need to have him healthy when it really matters.
Well, and let's get to tonight's game against the Brainerd Warriors. They haven't had a lot of success this year. You say meaningless. It's not meaningless, but it's certainly a game that you're expected to come out and win.
It's meaningless in the terms of wins and losses, but it means something on how we play. I don't. Russia was supposed to win in the 80s. You know what I mean? I don't fall into that trap. And I try to make sure our kids stay away from it. It's all about competing. I mean, right now it's, we got four section games in a row right after St. Thomas on Saturday, and those obviously matter. And right now we have to enter into a playoff mentality mindset and kind of build off of that.
Well, and you mentioned that it's 2 non-section games tonight at home against an opponent you should beat, and then on Saturday another really tough suburban opponent.
Yeah, I mean, again, the effort the opponent doesn't matter. I know we're supposed to win or whatever, right? The opponent doesn't matter. You have to carry the same effort no matter who you're playing. That's how you become a champion. That's the mentality that you need to have. That's what I've been struggling with personally watching what we've played, is you can't be peaks and valleys and then just show up when you want to, because it just doesn't work that way.
Do you think this team is catching that message?
We'll find out.
You'll be watching, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good practice yesterday. Yesterday was the most snow I've seen on the ice since November. So they were working. I feel like it's time for them to dig out of this, and it's kind of on them now.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thank
you.
All right.
Thanks, Sheldon.
And that is head coach of the Thunderhawks, Grant Clafton. Grant has his message, doesn't he?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. And he's looking for effort. He's looking for level of play. And if Grand Rapids plays at their level, this shouldn't be a tough game for them. But you just never know,
You don't know what you don't know, something like that. But especially if Grand Rapids gets up by 3 or 4, then I'll be extra curious to see how they react. Do they let Brainerd back in the game? Do they keep the pedal to the metal to put this into maybe running time in the third? I don't know, but first things first, Rapids trying to jump out to a quick start here this evening, and squash any hopes that Brainerd might have of pulling an upset.
Well, and we've seen that multiple times with teams, that the longer you let a team stick around, the more confidence they get, and it just builds on itself. So for Grand Rapids, like you said, it's squashing any thoughts. And Grand Rapids has not been a great first period team.
No, they haven't. And I think about, you don't have to look back far. Think of the GRG Lightning girls game on Saturday. You look at the final score, 10-4 over Anoka, but GRG trailed 2-0 and 3-1 in that game into the second period, and then they caught fire. But you let a team inside that door just a little bit, and they get some hope.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Skoglund Electric. For all your electrical contracting needs, residential, commercial, and industrial, it is Skoglund Electric. They are a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Athletics. We'll start with the visitors, the Brainerd Warriors in the road blue. They will start in net sophomore Griffin Bartholomew. And Bartholomew, probably the best stats, even though he's only 1-7. 1-7-1, a 2.71 goals against average, and the only goalie they have with save percentage over 90%. On defense will be Michael Hegley, 10th grader, 3 goals and an assist. Chad King, 3 goals, 11 assists. He's a senior. Dylan Wyckoff, leading scorer, 14 goals and 5 assists. He's a senior. And also up front, Xander Peterson, an 11th grader, and Benjamin Fields, who is also an 11th grader. Fields does not have any points. I would guess he's filling in for one of those forwards who is sick tonight. Not dressing Aiden Bednarik, Kellen Ellingson, Dylan Wenshaw, Olaf House, Wyatt Hoppy, Tristan Rollins, and Rylan David. For Grand Rapids, they will start Ryder Miskovich in net. The senior is 4-0. On defense will be Luka Roloff, and getting his first start, 11th grader Colton Stupar with a goal and 2 assists. Up front, Dylan Clayton centering Luke Palachek and Seth Carlson. It'll be the first time Palachek isn't playing at center, instead playing on a wing. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Skoglund Electric, proud to be your hometown electrician, proud to support all Thunderhawk sports, and proud to provide first-rate electrical service work in the Grand Rapids area. We'll take 2.5 minutes. Actually, we'll take 3 minutes, Andrew. Count them, 3 minutes, and we'll be back with the drop of the puck at Yanmar Arena on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. back at Yanmar Arena as we get set for hockey action. Brainerd in the blue with Warriors across the front, white numbers. They go left to right, and Grand Rapids going from right to left. Those are some the pads for the Brainerd goaltender, and they match his blocker. It's like a Zubaz look.
It really does. Yeah, that's impressive. And this blue, kind of like a Minnetonka blue for those looking for a visual.
Off the face-off, Luka Roloff controls the puck. Roloff will circle in his own zone, gain the red line, and shoot it in deep. Puck goes around behind Bartholomew, and pinching in on the far side, keeping it in. Shot right on by Clayton on the short side, and that's turned aside by Bartholomew. As Brainerd gets it out, Hegley gets it out to center. Thunderhawks try to get it back in. And applying the forecheck is Carlson, turning away from pressure, getting it down the ice. And just like that, we'll have our first Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing. If you're looking to start, buy, or sell a business, call Itasca Economic Development Corporation.
Maybe a little more sparse of a crowd than some other home games this season, but I think part of it, the weather. It is still a chilly night here in the Northland.
It's chilly, and you're playing a 3-13-1 team that's not a section opponent.
And you have the luxury of watching and listening on YouTube, KOZY Sports.
And YouTube stream this period brought to you by S&S Meat. 16:23 to go as the face-off to the left of Griffin Bartholomew. And I'm not sure what they're have the two referees having a chat with the Brainerd bench. And is there an ice issue right in front of the bench? Looks like they're trying to do a little housekeeping there. Might want a little water besides. Don't just scratch up a few ice shavings with your skate.
Yeah, it is just out of our vantage point as far as seeing the actual little area of ice they're working on. Is either that or they're trying to squish a bug. I'm going to go with the former, but yeah, it certainly hasn't been a warmth issue in the community.
No, maybe the ice is too cold and it cracked.
Well,
we have a pressure ridge on the...
Speaking of cold, you're going to be outside tomorrow for some lightning hockey, I understand.
I am at that. And Dale Anderson says they're going to bring the lift out, give me a vantage point where I can see the rink and the scoreboard both. So we'll see how that goes. It's not hockey day in Minnesota cold. We'll just put it that way.
Right. GRG hosting Alexandria tomorrow night. Pregame 5:45. Face-off at 6 on KOZY.
Well, they have the ice to someone's satisfaction as face-off. Puck comes outside the zone. Roloff picks it up, and he'll go back to Stupar. Stupar goes far side. Grand Rapids has their top line out now with Duell and Ryla and Nathan Garski. As the puck, centering pass, that's knocked into the corner. Put behind the net, Ryla chases it there, tries to get it back to the point, but it's intercepted and taken out by Heinlein. Stopped there by Roloff as the Thunderhawks try to get it back in the zone. They will, but it's cleared back out. This time no icing as Roloff goes back to get it. Roloff avoids a hit, moves the puck up the boards. Stopped there by Plested. Stopped at the point again. Now the Thunderhawks will get it out to center. Garski shoots it in deep. Puck comes back out as the Thunderhawks were looking for a change. Unable to get one initially as Peterson gets it out to center. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone as the Thunderhawks move it up the boards past everyone, and we'll have another IEDC icing call as the faceoff will come back in the Thunderhawks zone to the right of Ryder Miskovich.
Hey, Grand Rapids Hockey is brought to you by Ray Sport Marine, Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Mr. Furnace, Grand Rapids State Bank, Atchison Tire, and Northern Star Cenex Co-op.
If there's a Mr. Furnace, that implies that there might be a Mrs. Furnace somewhere.
Oh, let's just say things get pretty hot between those two.
As the puck comes just outside the zone, and we'll have an offside called against Brainerd. 15:01 to go, just underway, and no score here between Grand Rapids and Brainerd. No shots on goal yet either. Brainerd will send out their top line going up against the Grand Rapids third line. I don't think Grant really cares. Flipped in by Miskovich. Miskovich goes in hard. Oh, Miskovich takes a hard bump into the boards from Chardelli. Puck back to the point, chopped in momentarily by Carpenter. Now Miskovich picks it up again. Miskovich goes rink wide, long shot, in on net. Goes into the corner off Bartholomew.
Looked like that may have been a shot, partially looking for a rebound near the left post.
As Brainerd gets it out to center ice, Stupar has to work his way back against Peterson into the corner as they fight for it. Thunderhawks trying to dig it out as the puck comes to the far side. Roloff looking for some space, makes a nice pass ahead, but just a little bit too far. Looking for Seth Carlson, and that goes for another icing, brought to you by Task Economic Development Corporation, and the faceoff will come back in the Grand Rapids zone.
Not a whole lot to speak about early on here in the first almost 3 minutes. Both teams just kind of a little back and forth and several icings.
One shot on net, that's all you need to know. One shot on net total in the first 3 minutes. Face-off won by the Thunderhawks as they bring it up the boards. Cross-ice pass goes off the wrong edge of Ryla's stick, and Brainerd brings it back into the Grand Rapids zone. Deep into the zone, behind the net is Roloff, moves it up for Ryla, picks it up off the boards, looks for the long cross-ice pass just ahead of Garski. Garski goes in after it, also fighting for it is Duell. Garski jumped everybody, and then Duell pulled the puck back away from Garski. Accidentally, of course. Puck now comes to Carpenter. Carpenter sweeps it in, goes around behind the net. After it, there is Hagley. Hagley tries to move it up the boards. They will get it out to center ice, down the ice, and guess what? Another Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing call, and the faceoff will come back in the Brainerd zone. No score, first period action.
Grand Rapids not quite sharp early on here. Some passes that have just been a little bit off, haven't quite hit tape to tape, but still very early here in the hockey game.
Thunderhawks send out their fourth line with Joey Miskovich, Ari Lampa, and who's on the other wing there? That's Ryan Bymark as a shot from the point from Rabers is right on, and Bartholomew stops that and holds it for a face-off.
I'll tell you, we're lucky that, well, I'll circle back to that thought here, Sheldon.
Face-off is controlled by Germanson. Behind his own net, goes out the far side as the puck taken out to center ice. After it is Plested. Plested can't control it. Brainerd does keep it in the Grand Rapids zone. Long shot from the angle right on, and Miskovich will hold it for the face-off, his first save.
Yeah, I was going to say that Bartholomew is lucky that they don't have their names on the back of their uniforms, or the equipment team would need some extra fabrics and a whole lot of stitches, etc.
Well, don't you know that's why he's playing goalie, so he can wear a wider jersey. Fit the name on
it. All makes sense now. Wow. Yeah, one of the longer names we've seen this year.
Puck deep in the Grand Rapids zone as they fight for it off the face-off. Puck comes up to the half wall. Still no one with clear control. Turning with it is Wyckoff. Wyckoff gets it back to the point, comes to the near side. Thunderhawks intercept that, and here comes Miskovich. Has Drennan cutting toward the net. Unable to get him the puck as Roloff pinches in, keeps it in for a moment. Now it's played out to center. Gunderson has to go back for it. He goes rink wide for Stupar, and Stupar shoots it in deep.
Just no hesitation by Roloff to pinch right in there, and Gunderson with the backup there around the blue line.
Boy, Carlson almost had a golden opportunity with interception. Now Carlson winds up, comes into the zone. Drop pass, shot by Ryla, hits the stick and goes wide. Carlson along the boards. Clayton there as well. As they fight for it on the far wall, puck now shot out to center ice. And we have another icing call one of many here in the first 5.5 minutes.
Haven't seen this much icing since the cake convention I once went to. It was delicious.
You're on a roll tonight, Super Joe.
Yeah, they had rolls with icing too. Yes.
Face off to the left of Bartholomew. Thunderhawks win that back to the point. Shot by Roloff, turned aside by Bartholomew. Brainerd picks it up. They'll get it out to center ice as going wide is Katzenberger. Katzenberger puts it in deep. Roloff loses an edge and had help losing that edge behind the net.
There's an easy call. And I go off for a trip here are the Warriors.
Warriors with a 79.7% penalty kill. Grand Rapids an 18.9% power play. With 11:19 to go, they have a Grooms Property Service power play. Grooms Property Services specializing in lawn care, landscaping, lot clearing, and shoreline tree removal. Face off to the left of Bartholomew. Won by Brainerd. They get it around to the point, but Ryla keeps it in. He'll go to Roloff. Roloff and Ryla switch spots along the blue line. Top of the circle, shot right on, rebound. Comes into the corner.
Heck of a save by Bartholomew. A lot of traffic in front of him.
Roloff, same spot. Goes far side, shot, saved by Bartholomew, rebound, they score! Duell on the power play makes it 1-0.
Duell just waiting for that rebound, and it came out to him, and he makes no mistake putting the man advantage goal past Bartholomew, who, again, just a moment before made a great save through traffic, but 2-3 rebounds, and you're playing with fire.
At that time, Roloff in a good spot, but instead went weak side to Ryla, who took the shot. And I don't know if it was the first or second rebound that ended up coming to Duell, who put it home. We'll see who the assists come to. I would guess Ryla gets one for sure. As Brainerd, long shot on goal, and Miskovich will hold that for a face-off. 1-0 Grand Rapids on the power play goal.
I caught Ryla on one of them, like you said.
And you're not sure who has the second one?
That's correct.
Okay. Thunderhawks win the draw. They're up 1-0. As the Thunderhawks get it out to center ice, Carlson spins, puts it into the zone, and it goes off the stick of Håkansson. You know, how would you pronounce Haakonson? I would say it's Håkansson.
I would almost say Hackinson, but
or Hawkinson, but the coach said everyone gets that one wrong. It's Håkansson.
Håkansson, really? Okay.
Yes. Joey Miskovich taking the draw, and Miskovich wins it cleanly. Back to the point to Carpenter. Carpenter goes to Simons. Puck thrown toward the net, goes off a couple of sticks and ends up wide. Lampa picks it up, gets it to Carpenter. Carpenter misplays it for a moment. Puck, and Carpenter gets it back in his own blue line. Carpenter fights for it as the puck comes into the Brainerd zone. Germanson gets it out to center ice. Thunderhawks fight for it. Carpenter, rink wide to Simons as the Thunderhawks roll into the zone. Trying to center it and taking a big hit, getting up slowly. That's, is that Ryla?
Yep.
Who's getting a shift with this, with the fourth line, and he comes to the bench a little bit slowly. As we have an offside called against Brainerd. So that will put Bymark out on the first line. Just a little line shuffling having to do with the power play, I'm sure. Face-off will be just outside the Brainerd blue line. So Duell, Garski, and Ryan Bymark out on this line. As Rabers has to go back to get it. He'll rink wide it to Roloff. Roloff back to Rabers with a little bit of speed. Rabers gains the blue line, puts on the brakes, tries to backhand it deep, doesn't get it past the forechecker. Now Duell with a little bit of room. His shot goes high off the glass. Brainerd bumping Roloff off the puck. And now turning, putting it in is Katzenberger. In the Grand Rapids zone, Bymark can't get it out. Roloff will. As Brainerd picks it up. And Hegley puts it back into the Grand Rapids zone, goes past Miskovich into the far corner, back to the point, and that's intercepted. Here comes Garski. Garski comes in on the backhand, and we're going to have a penalty called on Brainerd, hooking him from behind. Our good friend Skydog has Rapids 8-1. Always a believer.
All right,
let's go, Skydog.
We'll toss that into the prediction bowl as Grand Rapids will go on another power play here as Garski taken down. I saw a hold for a signal, and there we go.
With Chad King.
As Garski tried to kind of turn at the last moment as he got toward the crease, and then the big collision and topple down from everybody. Bad pass near center ice there by the Warriors to make that Garski near breakaway.
Grand Rapids 1-for-1 on the power play. A Grooms Property Services power play offering property management and snow removal. Thunderhawks win the draw. Roloff comes to the near side. Ryle is out there, so went to the bench a little slow, but he's fine. As the puck comes to Garski, top of the circle, back to Roloff. Roloff. He goes to Ryle on the far side. Ryle down low. He'll get a return pass at the point. Now Roloff at the blue line over to Carlson. Carlson to Ryle. Ryle back to Carlson. Garski calls for the puck and gets it. Garski plays give and go with Roloff. Now out front, Garski shot and a glove save by Bartholomew, and he holds it for the face-off. That was a lot of puck movement and a lot of time off the penalty for taking a shot from, 50 feet away?
Yeah, and Bartholomew had a pretty good view of that one in goal, and he smothers that Garski shot. It was a whistler, but he put it away as Rapids makes changes here on the power play.
Rapids will send a different forward line out. Roloff stays on. Caleb Gunderson takes the other point. And then Clayton Palachek and Will Miskovich on the power play. One-timer by Gunderson, and he missed most of it, and it's intercepted and shot down the ice. 1:06 to go in the Grand Rapids power play. They lead 1-0 here in the first period. On the far side, Gunderson tries a little soft pass through that was a little too soft, intercepted, and cleared down the ice by the Warriors. Gunderson has to save it behind the net and get it to Roloff. Thunderhawks now with Miskovich. Miskovich is going to draw a penalty, and that one will go, I believe, on Ryan Heinlein. So the Thunderhawks will have 40 seconds of two-man advantage.
And that's going to be a trip on that one right near center ice.
So the Thunderhawks now 5-on-3 and will get their number one power play unit out there. Roloff just stays out forever. Actually, Coach Clapton's going to take a timeout here so we can keep Roloff out. He said, maybe he shouldn't do a 3-minute shift.
And we talked about how you don't want to let Brainerd even open that door a little bit to having hopes of pulling off the upset. Well, a wonderful opportunity to squash those hopes and dreams is to put another power play marker, maybe a couple of them in.
There you go.
For a 2-3-0 lead here in the first. And, if you're Brainerd trying to stay in this game, you got to stay out of the box.
Yeah, and that was actually mentioned by their coach, Jared Johnson. Like, we don't want to be in the box. We don't want to see Garski and Roloff working on the power play against us. And here they are with their third penalty already. The first two were no doubters.
Yeah, I thought that third one apart. I was a little on the edge on that one.
Yeah, this one, and it was just kind of got his stick caught in an unfortunate spot as Miskovich went a direction he wasn't expecting. And, oh, my, he skated over my stick.
maybe the earliest timeout that Rapids has called this season. 9:40 in.
So the face-off will be to the right of Bartholomew. And the Thunderhawks indeed.
And I don't know if that's good or bad for a goalie. You're waiting for a 5-on-3 to start, and the opposition takes a timeout. Lets you think about it for a bit.
Immediately, Brainerd wins the draw and shoots it down the ice, so that'll kill maybe half of this 5-on-3 as Roloff loses an edge. They didn't call a penalty on it. Oh, wait, there was no one within 30 feet. Roloff now, top of the circle. Back to Ryla. Ryla gets it in front as they jam away at it, and Bartholomew will hold that one out. 14 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Face-off will now be to the left of Griffin Bartholomew.
As Palachek comes back out off the bench, and Duell takes a seat for now.
And Brainerd again wins the draw and again shoots it down the ice, and that'll about do it for the two-man. Roloff brings it up to Carlson. Carlson gains the line. Centering pass tipped in by Garski right on net, and Bartholomew holding his ground. Another nice save. Shot starting to mount up. 8-1 now for Grand Rapids.
And Garski took a second poke on his way by as he flew around Bartholomew. But hey, first power play looked great. These last couple, including the two-man, not so much.
Face-off fought for. This one goes behind the net. Thunderhawks fighting for possession. They will get it back to the point to Ryla. Ryla to Roloff. Roloff back to Ryla. Ryla down low to Carlson. Palachek setting up in front of the net. Now here's Garski at the wall. Garski, one-timer for Roloff. Shoots it over the net.
You may have heard that got the glass. Woo, that was a blazer.
He got all of it, but just got under it a bit. 47 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play. Brainerd making a couple changes. Thunderhawks into the zone. Roloff gets it back to the point to Ryla. Now to Roloff, top of the circle. Shot right in front. That may have hit the mask of Bartholomew. At least that's what it sounded like to me. Now Garski back to Ryla. Ryla to Carlson. Carlson on the blue line. Gets it to Roloff. Roloff to Garski. Garski back to Roloff, top of the circle. Garski, a little bit of room. Shot blocked. Rebound to Ryla. 10 seconds left in the power play. Ryla again. Back to Roloff. One-timer in front. Rebound pulled just wide. Puck to the side of the net. And now cleared by Brainerd. Thunderhawks come close at the end of that power play, but Brainerd able to hold it out.
Outstanding movement by Grand Rapids toward the end of that power play. At one point they had 3 guys near the blue line and then just one, getting more traffic in front. One-time golden chance from Garski, and it gets stopped.
4:55 to go, still a 1-0 Grand Rapids lead. Thunderhawks put it in deep as Drennan goes hard after the puck. Pinching in is Carpenter, and Carpenter keeps it in with some authority. Shot goes wide of the Brainerd net. Carpenter pinching in again. Boy, him and Heinlein have had a couple big collisions, as we'll have an icing call on Brainerd.
Yeah, both very clean hits. Just a lot of contact and a lot of noise near the boards here right in front of us on those Carpenter collisions.
Another Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing. Face-off will come to the left of Griffin Bartholomew.
Rapids Hockey brought to you by Super One Foods, L&M Fleet Supply. Also brought to you by Itasca Reliable Insurance, CarQuest Auto Parts, and Northland Portables.
Face-off to the left of Bartholomew with 4:28 to go. Period 1 and a 1-0 Thunderhawk lead. Duell digs the face-off out. Back to the point. Garski's shot hits a stick and goes into the netting. And we'll redo the face-off in the Brainerd zone. That was a little grittier face-off by Duell. He hasn't played center a lot this year, hasn't taken a lot of draws, and he maybe got a talking to after the first couple that he lost cleanly. That one he was scrapping for.
And now Gunderson with the face-off, and he wins it.
Gunderson wins it cleanly back to the point. Stupar's shot goes wide of the net. Gunderson gets it back to Carpenter. He goes to Stupar on the far side, and it bounces out of the zone.
Little too much mustard, zipping it along the blue line there.
Puck at neutral ice. As the Thunderhawks try to fight for possession, Carpenter in his own zone bangs it off the boards, and it comes to neutral ice to Hokinson. Hokinson puts it into the Grand Rapids zone. Now Carpenter will try again. Carpenter goes back to Stupar as the puck comes outside the zone. Still fought for. Finally, Brainerd comes away with it. They get it back to Hokinson. Hokinson gets it forward, but misses everybody. And guess what? Just like that, it's another icing. We haven't kept track of those, have we?
I'd
Very
say
many.
At least 7 or 8.
I think so.
And do you worry about Miskovich, Ryder that is, getting a little bit cold down in his own net? If Brainerd gets a little flurry here, is he going to be up to the task? Not much work so far.
Shots 9-1 Grand Rapids, a 1-0 Grand Rapids lead, as Grand Rapids has slowly taken control of this game, but still just the power play goal by Duell, lead 1-0. Picking it up in his own zone is King. King gets it out to center ice. Thunderhawks shoot it back in. King will try it again. This one stopped by Bymark. So this time they try the near side. And King gets it out to center. Thunderhawks try to bring it back in. Rabers has to wait for some wingers to get on side. He does, flips it in deep. Brainerd going for the long pass. Boy, they had Grand Rapids on a change. If that pass connects, it's a breakaway. Instead, it's too far, and it's another icing.
Yeah, a little bit out of reach there as that pass misfires. May have been the Warriors' best chance of the first period so far, as the face-off back down into the Warrior end. So far, about what we expected, I think.
I think so. As Duell taking the draw now against Wyckoff. To the left of Bartholomew. And Duell wins that one cleanly. Long shot goes wide of the net. Back to the point. Carpenter keeps it in momentarily. Now a shot down the ice. And it'll be an icing. I know you're shocked at that, but it will be.
We do have more local sports on Rapids Radio tonight on KMFY. It is Deer River girls basketball, and they have a tough test tonight at MIB with Buffetta and the crew.
Wyckoff and Duell, this time to the right of Bartholomew. And this one's won by Wyckoff. Back to Chardelli. Puck comes to the far side and out to center ice with a little bit of room is Peterson. Peterson in the zone, goes into the corner. He'll take a hit and a tripping call going against Grand Rapids. That will be Stupar. So a power play for Brainerd. Power play is 18.5%. Grooms Property Services penalty kill. They are Northern Minnesota's dealer for Shoremaster, Premier Waterfront Products, and Legend Attachments.
Didn't quite see that one. Wasn't overly blatant. Maybe a bit of a makeup call after one of the Brainerd penalties near center ice a little earlier on, but nonetheless, Brainerd to the power play.
I have a friend who said the referee reached into his pocket and found there were too many marbles in that pocket, so he called a penalty. Get one out. Got to even those up. Brainerd gets a turnover coming in. Shot, goal!
It is waved off, I believe, because of a hard hit in the corner that left a Thunderhawk on the ice. We shall see.
Wow. So the referee's discussing it. The puck certainly went in the net. And I certainly hadn't heard a whistle.
Saw the light go on, but saw the goal waved off immediately as well.
As the referee coming over to talk to Jared Johnson and tell him why he waved it off. I bet this will be a thoroughly unconvincing argument to Coach Johnson. What do you think?
Well, it appeared that it was waved off because of a hard hit in the corner that left a Thunderhawk on the ice and then leaving the ice gingerly. But no doors to the penalty boxes open at this point, so not entirely sure why it was waved off, I guess.
Unless the referee thought the Thunderhawk was badly injured and wanted, because usually you would at least let the play go on momentarily and not blow an immediate whistle. One-timer goes wide of the net as the Thunderhawks try to get it outside the zone, and they will clear it down the ice. So Thunderhawks still lead 1-0 on the disallowed goal. Brainerd in their own zone. Hokanson turns away from pressure. He'll get it out to center ice. Coming through is Peterson. Peterson stops at the half wall. Back to Chad King. Far side. One-timer goes up high and over the net. 1:25 in the period. 1:13 in the power play for Brainerd in a 1-0 Grand Rapids lead. Now to the far side. Hokanson. His shot goes wide. Back to King. King tries to find a lane through traffic. That hits a stick and goes wide. Brainerd comes away with it out front. Oh, give Duell a star on the defensive effort as he tied up Xander Peterson, who had a wide open net. Now all of a sudden Roloff bursts out of the zone, comes in, shot goes wide on the short side. Garski picks up the rebound, goes back to Simons. One-timer for Roloff, turned aside. Thunderhawks putting the forecheck on here shorthanded. Roloff hard into the boards against Wyckoff, and finally Chad King will dig it out and get out to center ice. Thunderhawks with a flurry towards the end of this penalty as there's 6 seconds left. Thunderhawks come into the zone. Shot goes wide of the net. That's off the stick of Gunderson. Both teams full strength. Final 10 seconds of the period. As the Thunderhawks put it into the corner. After it is Drennan as the time ticks away. And the first period comes to an end. Thunderhawks on a Duell power play marker lead 1-0 after one. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder. And we'll be back in 3 minutes on J105.
You're hilarious, Joe.
Oh, thanks.
Carlson and Ryla on the assist.
Got it. Thank you.
It's one of those games that may be 1-0 for another 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you look up and it'll be 5-0. That's what it feels like.
And it looks like Brainerd is not a good third period team either.
Welcome back to Yanmar Arena, where after one period of play, Grand Rapids and the Brainerd Warriors, it's a 1-0 Grand Rapids lead, shots 12-2 Grand Rapids, and it just seemed like the longer that period wore on, the more Grand Rapids took over.
Yeah, I think they settled in once we got rolling a little bit there. Just the one goal in the period from Duell, and a disallowed goal for Brainerd. They're not out of this game, but like you said just before we came back, the longer this game goes, I think Rapids will start putting the puck in the net more, wear down the Warriors, and really start to put this one away, maybe midway through and then into the third.
Well, and that disallowed goal may have been a little bit of a wake-up call. Grand Rapids, a turnover early in the penalty kill. Brainerd put it in the net. It was blown off. It was waved off. The whistle must have gone beforehand. No penalty was called on Brainerd, but they disallowed the goal. And then the last 20 seconds of the power play, Grand Rapids had the forecheck going.
Yeah, and, I mentioned, is Ryder going to get cold down there? At that point, he'd only faced one shot. And all of a sudden, there's a power play, and he's got to be on his toes. But I think Grand Rapids certainly the edge in that opening period. And I would expect more of the same here in the second.
Grand Rapids skating four lines pretty generously right through. Even the first time through, they went right to the fourth line, and that should pay dividends as this game rolls along. Brainerd leaning pretty heavy on their top two.
Yeah, they really did, and this is a great opportunity for more players for Rapids to get more ice time in a game like this where you are favored and they can get in from the get-go. And who knows? I mean, injuries unfortunately happen. You might need some depth players to really step up in February and hopefully into March.
We'll take another break. We'll take another 3 minutes. Come back to run down all the stats that we can muster up from the first period. 1-0 Grand Rapids. After one, you're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. And back at Yanmar Arena, we're after a period of play where Grand Rapids leads Brainerd 1-0. And run down what you have, Super Joe.
Just the one goal in that opening period. It came at 6:06, a power play goal from Jamison Duell, right on the doorstep, waiting for a rebound, and he puts it in. And the assists go to Anderila and Seth Carlson, and that made it 1-0 Grand Rapids. Again, that's your scoring in the first. 3 penalties on Bemidji, 1 on Grand Rapids.
On Brainerd.
Pardon me. Yeah.
You said Bemidji.
Oh, sorry, Brainerd. Yeah, pardon me. They're
both Bs.
Yeah,
they're both kind of that direction.
They're blue and white.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, absolutely.
Shots on goal, 12-2 Grand Rapids in the first period.
Sorry, I should have just let it go.
Oh,
Most
that's all
people
right.
wouldn't have noticed.
No, I appreciate the accuracy. After you get some more stats from Marv, if you do, I want to share one of my favorite moments from the weekend.
Okay, well, I am not getting any more stats from Marv. Marv has extra duty tonight, so he's not keeping track of as many. Oh, look at that. Here, as I was...
right on cue?
Right on cue. He at least has face-offs, 68%, 17 wins and 8 losses, and blocks 1 for Rapids, 3 for Brainerd. And I'm going to say scoring chances probably 5-1.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And we always appreciate Marv running the scoreboard for the Minnesota Hockey Hub as well. Really helps us out. And the extra stats are just icing on the cake.
And then he'll do color for me on Saturday down in St. Thomas.
That's right, yes. And so one of my favorite moments from the weekend, I was tuned into the broadcast against Hill Murray, and it was during the pregame show in your conversation with Lechner, Bill Lechner?
Yes.
Yeah, the coach for the Pioneers. And you were asking him about the 18-0 win for Hill Murray over Simley last week, and you could just tell how badly he felt about how that went down.
And he was a little prickly about it, and anyways.
Yeah, it was hard to tell whether he was prickly, defensive, or just genuinely sad about how it went down. But just my favorite part was how he gave you like a 2-minute explanation of we played our backup, we played our fourth line, we running time, this and that, and then you come back with, so was it a conference game? Yeah, it was a conference game. Yeah, we had to play it.
Yeah, well, and
all you asked originally was why was it on the schedule?
Yeah, I didn't really ask how you beat them 18-0.
No, you just why was it played?
Why was it played? Why? And he gave me 2 minutes on why he wasn't running up, how he wasn't running up the score, and it's like, okay, you're a good politician, Bill, but back to the original question.
Yes, like the professional broadcaster you are, you circled back and said, Coach, I'm still waiting for an answer on my question.
Put me on a presidential debate any day,
and he could have just said that, too. Like, we had to play it.
We had to play it. It's a conference game.
And he eventually got there. He just needed a little nudge at the end. I enjoyed that interview.
Bill Lechner is one of the great gentlemen in Minnesota hockey. I always love talking to him, and he has a really good team this year. I would say certainly the favorites to get to state, and they should be probably a top 1 or 2 seed there. You think Moorhead and St. Thomas also filling up some of those top 3 seeds.
Yeah, no doubt. And like we said, Rapids will see that St. Thomas Academy team on Saturday, who's been at or near the top this season.
So both teams back out on the ice, and Grand Rapids now will go from left to right and Brainerd from right to left. A 1-0 Grand Rapids lead on that Duell power play goal in the first period at the 6:06 mark. So that came about 25 seconds after the penalty, I believe. 27 seconds, something like that.
Right.
After the penalty, so it was early on in that power play. And Brainerd's disallowed goal was early on in their power play. Ryder Miskovich gets back in goal. Griffin Bartholomew down on the far end, faced 12 shots, saved 11 of them in the first period. Ryder Miskovich facing just 2. Duell to take the draw against Dylan Wyckoff. And here we go. Roll off. Backhands it ahead for Garski. Garski hassled in front of his own net, but he maintains control, gets it out to center ice, and puck knocked off his stick at the blue line, and it'll be an offside on Grand Rapids as the face-off outside the Brainerd blue line as we get underway in second period action. Duell and Wyckoff again on the face-off. This time it's won by Wyckoff. Coming near side to King. King shoots it into the Grand Rapids zone. Roll off behind his own net. Moves it ahead. Chasing it in is Garski. Getting there first is Hagley. Hagley tries to move it behind the net. Comes to Stupar. Stupar keeps it in at the half wall. Now King in his own zone. King will flip it up into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off in the Brainerd zone. One of those things that in college or pro hockey would send you to the box for delay a game, as that went directly up over the glass.
That is maybe my least favorite rule in the NHL, is a penalty for putting the puck over the glass by accident.
Yes, agreed. They're good enough, they shouldn't do it by accident.
That's right.
At least that's what the rule says, right?
I guess.
Thunderhawks try to get it in front of the net. Keeping it in was Clayton as the puck comes to the post, and Bartholomew will drop on it and hold it for the face-off.
Thunderhawk Hockey is brought to you by Bender Shoes, S&S Meats, M&H Convenience Store. Also brought to you by Paul Bunyan Communications, Woodland Bank, and Nooches in the Corner.
Face-off won by the Warriors as they wind up behind their own net, get it out to center, down the ice for an icing. Brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. And if you're looking for a place to take your idea to reality, learn more about the Forge from Itasca Economic Development Corporation. Kind of a ragged start to this period.
Yeah, kind of similar to how the first started.
Palachek taking the draw. Wins it too cleanly, pulls it outside the zone. Roll off, stick handles at the blue line. Gets it over the blue line to Palachek, who was able to stay onside just barely as the puck comes to the half wall. Now out to center ice comes Peterson. Peterson puts on the brakes and slides it in deep. Puck goes behind the Grand Rapids net. Stupar tries to kick it loose for Roloff. Roloff finally gets it as Katzenberger had lost his stick, and he doesn't play much soccer.
He did his best there, but unsuccessful.
He completely whiffed on the soccer kick.
And that's another very long last name. In fact, on the Hockey Hub, just on the list of player stats, you have to click his name to see his full name. It comes up Cooper Katzen, ... and then you see the rest.
Face off outside the Grand Rapids blue line. Thunderhawks win the draw. Here comes Drennan. Drennan cuts in. Shot turned aside by Bartholomew, and that takes a weird bounce off the glass behind him and bounces right out in front, and he had to be quick about that. Turned and gloved it off the glass.
That was an unpleasant surprise for Bartholomew. What's this?
Oh, it's a puck. I guess I'll keep it here. Thunderhawks win another draw. Get it to Rabers. Rabers keeps it in deep. King back to get it behind his own net. As the puck comes up the boards. Thunderhawks trying to apply the forecheck as Drennan tries to get it out front, and the puck shot down the ice for... wait for it.
Icing.
Brought to you by...
IEDC.
Thank you. 14:43 to go. Still 1-0 Grand Rapids on a first period duel goal. And the face-off will come to the left of Griffin Bartholomew.
You know, we giggle about the icings from Brainerd, but they're still only down 1-0 despite being outshot 13-2. They're doing what they have to do to, get a change and start anew.
Yeah, the times they've gotten out of the zone clean, you probably count on one hand. as they bang it off the ice, off the glass and down the ice. This won't go far enough for icing as Carpenter tries to move it up the boards. Pinching in there was Peterson. Peterson, centering pass, still at the side of the net, and now the Thunderhawks gain control.
Yeah, some nifty puck handling there right by Ryder, and he had to be ready.
Now a shot by Andrew Ryla hits a stick and goes out of play. So we'll do the face-off now in the Brainerd zone. 14:08 to go, second period. Still 1-0 Grand Rapids. As Brainerd manufactures a shot on net out of that. Palachek taking the draw. And Gunderson is out there with this line with Clayton and Palachek. And no icing that time. Not sure why, but no icing. Referee got tired of it. Now here's Roloff through center ice into the Brainerd zone. Roloff, half wall, tries to center it, hits a skate and goes behind the net. Pinching in was Stupar, couldn't keep it in as the puck comes into the Grand Rapids zone. Palachek behind his own net. Palachek moves it up the boards, gets it out to center. Gunderson tries to follow up. Brainerd picks it up, shoots it in deep. After it there is Katzenberger. Katzenberger now for Peterson. Peterson can't control it as Clayton. Oh, Clayton overskates it. Puck thrown toward the net, well wide. At the half wall, Roloff picks it up. Roloff taps it ahead for Clayton. Clayton shoots it in deep. Thunderhawks making changes. Thunderhawks send out fourth line. We have Miskovich, Drennan, and Miskovich.
Another icing call,
Joey
by the
and
way.
Will. Yeah, I was ignoring that. And IEDC Icing pulls the face-off back into the Brainerd zone.
But Sheldon, it's sponsored. We can't ignore the icings.
Getting their money's worth tonight,
Oh, yeah.
They are. Chad King behind his own net. King off the boards, brings it to the blue line, gets it out to center ice. As the puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone. Tipped in there by Germanson as the Thunderhawks get it out down the ice. And guess what? This time it'll be an Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing on the Thunderhawks.
And Thunderhawk Hockey brought to you by Riverwood Healthcare Center, also by Cushel and Chandler Insurance, Deerwood Bank, Ray Sport and Cycle, Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC.
Duell against Wyckoff on the face-off. Coming to the right of Ryder Miskovich. As the Thunderhawks win the draw, get it out to Garski. Garski has Ryla cutting toward the net. Shoots it to the open corner, goes past everybody. As Simons able to keep it in. On the far side, Brainerd shoots it down the ice for an icing. Brought to you, of course, by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. Face-off back in the Brainerd zone. It'll be to the right of Griffin Bartholomew. 2 shots on net this period so far, 1 by each team. That's because they've been too busy icing the puck.
No shots for that.
No. As the puck, good grief, shot off the glass and down the ice. Interesting. Chad King went over to his defensive partner, that shot Germanson, who shot it down the ice with his hands out, going, "What did you do?" He was not under any pressure, just like he was killing a penalty, banged it off the glass and all the way down the ice.
Yeah, but I'm going to be really polite about it because we have the Brainerd JV just to my left here. So
That's right. We can bring them on and ask them if they're taught how to ice the puck. Thunderhawks win the draw. Back to Rabers. Rabers finds Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle. His shot over the net and into the netting, and we'll have another face-off. This one in the Brainerd zone. And we should have counted the number of face-offs we've had in the past minute of gameplay. It has to be like 7.
At least, yeah, I think so. Here we go again.
Well, getting the face-off work in. As the puck shot out down the ice. And guess what? It is an Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing call. And the face-off will come back to the right, Bartholomew. Just absolutely no flow the way this game is going in the second period. Brainerd wins the draw, comes out of their zone cleanly this time. And coming in, here's a chance. Shot over the net by Exton Peterson. And did that hit the netting?
I think so. Maybe some of the glass.
I heard glass.
As well. But all of a sudden, yeah, great rush by Brainerd, and they turned it into a great scoring opportunity, and we were nearly tied.
Face off to the left of Miskovich. Thunderhawks win that. As Roloff taps it to Rabers. Rabers has the puck stolen, puck right in front, and it rolls in on Miskovich, who covers it for another face-off.
Yeah, several times tonight, all of a sudden, Ryder has had to be on his toes. And don't forget the disallowed goal in the first period. This could be a 2-1 Warrior lead, believe it or not, no matter how many times they've iced the puck.
It is a 1-0 Grand Rapids lead. As Roloff's pass doesn't connect, Roloff will try it again in his own zone. Roloff turns behind his own net, loses an edge, tries to get it to his defense partner Stupar, and we're going to have a whistle and a penalty. Cross-checking call, and that will go against Roloff, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So the Thunderhawks, and that was just plain a frustration penalty. As Roloff takes that, it's a Grooms Property Services penalty kill, as they do dock install and removal, barge services, boat, and year-round storage. Face off to the left of Ryder Miskovich. 11:06 to go in the period. Face-off won by Brainerd as they are on the power play. Grand Rapids penalty kill at 81%, as Garski able to block it, get it out to center. Didn't know he had done that. As Brainerd in their own end. Here comes King into the zone. And boy, he popped right back up after that. He ran into the dasher right by the player's box. I heard it, I didn't see it.
Yeah, right into that dasher, the stanchion, the cutoff of the bench. Holy moly.
And popped right back up, though.
That's amazing. Thank goodness, too.
As Rabers shoots it into the Brainerd zone. Not many things make you exclaim just right out of the blue.
No.
Into the zone come the Warriors with Peterson. Peterson ridden into the boards by Carpenter. Now Stupar. Stupar can't get it out. Carpenter will go behind the net. Tap it ahead. And Drennan able to get it out to center. Back to get it is King. King goes rink wide. Now moving it ahead. Heinlein tips it into the zone. As the puck shot around to the far side. Dug out there by Hagley, and it's shot down the ice. 26 seconds left in the Brainerd power play. As Katzenberger gets it through center. Putting on the brakes is Hagley. Hagley gets it in front. No shot on net. Katzenberger, shot had to, and that was from Tate Oyam. And Miskovich had to be careful on that. Roloff back out of the box. Thunderhawks at full strength. Brainerd centering pass. That's blocked by Stupar. Stupar backhands it ahead to Garski. Garski has Ryla, gets it to Ryla. Ryla shot in the goal! Andrew Ryla hasn't scored for a while, gets his 8th for the year, and puts Grand Rapids up 2-0.
We've talked about how Ryla has still been effective for Grand Rapids, even if he hasn't been on the score sheet. He's a spark plug out there. He does little things that helps this team go, and he gets rewarded there on the odd man rush as he puts it by Bartholomew for the 2-0 lead.
And a nice job by Garski to spot him and hit him on the tape with the pass.
Now, was it onside? Not sure.
It was close.
Yeah.
No replay here, so no challenge. Thunderhawks now lead 2-0. As Ravers can't move it through center ice, it comes back into the Grand Rapids zone. Thunderhawks now with Clayton. Clayton gets it to Bymark. His shot goes just wide. Ravers can't keep it in on the backhand. At the blue line as it comes back to Roloff. Roloff to Bymark. Bymark taps it to Drennan. Drennan shoots it in deep. Back to get it was Bartholomew. Almost misplayed it in front of his own net. As Simons. Simons taps it ahead. Drennan said hello to
and then Ryla with a hard hit. And he's going to go. Pardon me, Roloff, not Ryla. And Roloff will head right back to the box here.
Boy, after that goal, just the speed of the game had picked up.
And the intensity,
and
physicality.
And what did they call?
Did not catch the signal on that one. I can tell you that the Rapids goal was Ryla from Garski and Stupar.
Yeah, Stupar gets his 3rd assist of the season to go along with the goal. It is another Grooms Property Services penalty kill. Grooms Property Services specializing in lawn care, landscaping, lot clearing, and shoreline tree removal. Face-off will come to the left of Ryder Miskovich. Yeah, you could just see after that Ryla goal, skates were moving and everyone was moving faster. Now, hopefully this doesn't take the air out of that.
Right, and desperation time for Brainerd as they don't want to go down 3-4-0. And on the flip side, a nice burst of energy by Grand Rapids, who started to get the shots on goal and finally rewarded with their 2nd of the night.
They now have a penalty to kill. As the puck is cleared out to center ice, picking it up there is Hokinson. Hokinson comes in offside.
That was a cross-check on Roloff to
another one.
Make this Brainerd power play. Yeah, and these teams, they've had some feisty games over the years, Sheldon, have they not?
Brainerd has been known for being a rugged team. So I put that in the nicest possible terms. Face-off won by the Warriors. They are on the power play. They're 0 for 2 so far. As trying to get to the puck was Carpenter. Carpenter gets up and still tries to find it. Instead, a shot doesn't get through as Garski tries to tap it out to center. Now here's Garski on a breakaway shot. Bartholomew's save, and he holds on.
I don't know that I've seen that many players fall in a span of about 15 seconds, including 2 Warriors near their own blue line that helped that break for Garski all alone, and Bartholomew with the stop.
A comedy of errors for a little bit there. You are correct.
And it wasn't just Brainerd falling at first. There were some Thunderhawks down too.
Palachek taking the draw against Katzenberger to the left of Bartholomew. Brainerd wins the draw. Palachek tries to apply the forecheck as King goes behind his net. Brings it up to Katzenberger. Katzenberger, rink wide now for Hagley. Shot, nice blocker save by Miskovich goes high in the air. And now the Thunderhawks shoot it down the ice to relieve the pressure. Brainerd getting it out to center ice as Katzenberger gets it in the zone for Heinlein. Now near side for Oyam. Oyam's shot blocked by Stupar. Stupar can't get it out. Rabers fighting for it there in the corner. And Rabers shoots it to the point, not out. Shot right on, and Miskovich makes the save and holds on.
Nice job by Ryder to gobble that one up to keep this a 2-0 Grand Rapids lead. Just 25 seconds left in the roll-off penalty as the Thunderhawks try to kill off another one.
So goals by Duell and Ryla have Grand Rapids up 2-0. 6:11 to go in the second period. 25 seconds left in the Brainerd power play. Brainerd winning the draw. Shot by King right on, and out at the top of the crease, Miskovich gobbles that one up and holds for a face-off. Face-off will again come to Miskovich's left.
Certainly a busier period for Ryder here in the second than the first.
Yeah, 7 shots. Thunderhawks actually been outshot this period, haven't they? 7-3, yeah. As Gunderson picks it up at neutral ice and shoots it in to the Brainerd zone. Puck comes rink wide as Brainerd gets it into the zone, and they're going to call offside. That was close.
Yeah, nearly a break there for the Warriors, but offside called.
And by their top scorer, too. Wyckoff with 14 goals.
Leads the team by quite a bit as well. Only one in double digits.
As Roloff back out of the penalty box, he's having a long chat with the referee who's explaining to him what a cross-check is. 5:43 to go, second period. Gunderson taking the draw. And he wins it back to Stupar. Now Roloff, dot of the face-off circle. Slides it down low for Gunderson. Goes back to Roloff. Roloff gets it to Miskovich. Miskovich finds some room. Shot, I think that got through. And a nice save. As this one goes past Roloff. Roloff has to hurry back. He does. Now the puck centered in front. No one there. Picking it up is Palachek. Palachek puts it in deep. Goes after it on the forecheck. Will Miskovich there as well. As the puck goes out of play, and we'll have a face-off in the Brainerd zone with 4:59 left in a very long second period.
Yeah, the frequency of the icings will do that. That's been a big part of it. Just some other stoppages.
Offside, puck's out of play.
Yep. Not one for the highlight reels for either team, really.
Grand Rapids has extended their lead to 2-0. Brainerd off the boards, and out to center ice. Roloff gets it there. Roloff picks it up, has a nice pass to Drennan. Drennan gets in. Clayton there as well. As Drennan tries to dig it out, couple Warriors there with him as the puck now squirts to the far side. Leastad can't move it. Roloff pinches in, goes behind the Brainerd net. Puck finally taken off his stick, and Brainerd gets out to center ice. Puck tapped in, and Stupar sends Bymark away the other direction. Bymark into the zone and scores! Ryan Bymark gets his second goal of the season as he puts it through Bartholomew, and it's 3-0 Grand Rapids. Looked like a fairly ho-hum rush, and we don't have any angle to see, but Bymark found a spot. I think maybe went through the pads to the 5-hole.
I think Bartholomew is going to want that one back. Garski picked up that puck afterwards. You had it his second for Bymark?
I have that as his second.
Maybe Garski wasn't sure and just picked it up just in case. Nonetheless, a 3-0 lead here for Rapids. Sounds like a good candidate for a post-game interview so far.
I would think so. Him and Ryla.
Yeah, that sounds good.
As the puck squirts out to center ice, after it is Katzenberger. Katzenberger picks it up in the zone. He's knocked off the puck by Rabers as it comes near side to Ryla. Ryla has it taken off his stick. And now the Thunderhawks get it out to center. Here comes Garski. Garski finds some room. His shot goes up over the net, comes out on the near side. Now here's King behind his own net. King moves to Katzenberger on the near side. Katzenberger's long pass will bounce to Carpenter. Carpenter gains the red line, shoots it in deep. 3:14 to go in the second period, and a 3-0 Grand Rapids lead. To the point, as Gunderson has to chase it into the zone. Brainerd picks it up. Centering pass looking for Hagley. Goes off his stick and into the corner. Thunderhawks tap it off the boards. Here comes Palachek. Palachek gains the line. Comes in. Centering pass. Roll-off shot. I think it hit the post.
Yeah, that may have caught some iron.
Now Gunderson. Gunderson comes to Stupar. Stupar to Roloff. That shot goes wide.
That one did not hit the post.
No. Stupar gets his second assist of the night as well on that Bymark goal. 3-0 Grand Rapids, 2:29 to go in period number 2. Clayton against Wyckoff on the faceoff in the Brainerd zone, goes into the corner. Teams fight for it, comes out to center ice. Clayton, rink wide for Roloff. Now to Simons. Simons taps it ahead, doesn't connect. As Brainerd in their own zone. As this goes past everyone down the ice and icing. So the face-off coming back in the Brainerd zone. Icing's brought to you, of course, by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. Mentioned S&S Meats bringing you the first period. Rapid Roof Truss bringing you period 2. Face-off won by the Thunderhawks, but it comes out to center. Roll-off to Simons, back to Roloff. Roloff into the zone, gets it to Ryla. Ryla shoots it in deep. Garski can't keep it in, and it comes out to center. Brainerd can't keep it in. Simons and Garski come in. Shot right, actually goes wide, and now cleared out to center, down the ice. Not far enough for icing, and back to get it is Carpenter. Taps it near side to Simons. Simons rink wide, and now Garski. Garski puts on the brakes looking for Ryla. Doesn't quite connect, and Brainerd back out to center, down the ice. And an icing call on the Warriors, 1:13 to go. Second period, 3-0 Grand Rapids, and another Itasca Economic Development Corporation icing call.
You're going to be saying that in your sleep.
I will. I will be. 1:13 to go, second period. Face-off won by the Warriors, tapped down the ice. Not far enough for icing this time. Carpenter to Will Miskovich. Miskovich gets it out to center as we hit the final minute of the second period.
Thank the Lord.
Here's Carpenter to Palachek, who relays it in deep. After it is Gunderson. Will Miskovich there as well. Pinching in was Rabers. Has the puck now out to center. Chasing it down is Heinlein. Heinlein can't control it against Roloff. Roloff is tripped and will have a penalty called on Brainerd.
Well, I was about to say a real nice forecheck there by the Warriors there. Number 3, Katzenberger. Yeah.
And then he tripped.
Yeah, then it wasn't as good. But, still put some pressure on Roloff, but Katzenberger does end up in the box.
Thunderhawks will get their fourth power play, I believe. And they're 1 for 3 so far. A Grooms Property Services power play, offering property management and snow removal. Duell taking the draw against Wyckoff in the Brainerd zone. Win it back to Roloff. Roloff takes a shot, and through traffic, Bartholomew makes the save and holds for the face-off. So we'll redo the face-off in the Brainerd zone.
Yeah, Roloff not wasting any time there, right off the face-off, just tossing it on net.
This time the face-off won by the Warriors as they throw it around the boards and it gets out to center. Ryle to Roloff. Roloff turns, 10 seconds, gets it into the zone to Duell, but it goes off his stick and backhanded down the ice. That should do it for the period as the seconds tick away with Roloff back to tap it up. And the second period comes to an end. Tell I'm happy about that. And Grand Rapids lengthening their lead. It's a 3-0 Grand Rapids lead, and they're on the power play as we end the second period. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on, and we'll be back in 3 minutes on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Should we tell our YouTube fans what I really thought?
Is this like Sheldon Unplugged?
I wanted to gouge my eyes out. Oh, my.
Well, thank you for not doing that. It'd be hard to see the action.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Left you briefly there during the action because our one of our bags had gotten knocked down, and it was in the middle of the aisleway. And didn't want any folks tripping.
Yeah, I was wondering why you had
Oh.
Boy, the center's still wide open.
Yep.
Oh, that one's closer.
Yep.
Ooh, the raise shot to the button. Will it stay?
Oh, and an icing call.
I thought that one was going to knock the one on edge right in. See, I'd be more honest with the YouTube people because they had to watch it too.
They did, yes.
We should have counted face-offs. There had to be 40 face. Well, Marv may give me the face-off numbers.
Yeah. Say about 20, 25?
No, it's more than that.
Really?
There were 24 the first period.
Yep, more than that in the second. They have some help, too.
Yeah. 3-0 Grand Rapids after 2 periods of play, and the cheerleaders with help from some of the minor hockey players out there picking up pucks.
Yeah, getting some help from the Grand Rapids, maybe even GRG youth out there, helping them scoop up the pucks, and there's at least one of those big pushy shovel squeegee things to help collect them quickly as well, and just like that, they're all collected.
That was a good, quick job. As all the little kiddos hustle off the ice, and there was a pretty good collection of pucks right around the center dot.
Yeah, there was some good competition for that center spot. Always fun to watch, a little chuck a puck.
Blake Mortensen isn't here tonight.
No, he enjoys throwing out a few pucks every game.
Yep,
but,
and he's even won at one game.
Yeah, and I certainly enjoy having him here, but there's a little more room to my left as well.
That's true, and you don't have to worry about anyone stealing your pretzel.
No.
Not that he did that, but...
Oh, no, if he did that...
You could worry about it.
If that happened, I'd roll up the sleeves.
Oh, I don't want to go there. Thunderhawks in what can charitably be described as a choppy period.
Yeah, it was choppy, clunky, I think on both sides. I don't know that Coach Clafton and the staff will be super thrilled. Yeah, you added a couple more goals, but nothing to write home about so far tonight. I mean, the goals have been nice, especially that Ryla shot. I like that one especially. But, it is what it is, whatever that cliche means. And here we sit, 3-0, but still, maybe not the get-right performance that I was looking for so far from Rapids.
Well, and it does make it tough. I mean, how do you play a team that every time they touch the puck, they just ice it? It's tough to get into any flow in a game like that. And
that might be part of the strategy for Brainerd. Hey, just if you're in doubt, throw it out of the zone in this case. And I'm not saying the game plan is purposely ice it every time, but
it looked like it.
It kind of did. But if that's what you have to do to kind of lull the opponent to sleep, so far they're still in this game.
I love the one icing where Chad King came over and you could tell he was upset with his defensive partner for icing the puck. It's like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that was immediately after a face-off, yeah. If they were killing a penalty, it would have been great.
Yes, exactly. But like you said, Grand Rapids comes up with a couple more goals from Ryla and Bymark and make it 3-0 as we get the Zambonis out to get a fresh coat of ice, a coat of water that freezes into ice, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you make? There's just been a lot of players falling, sometimes untouched.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that one. I mean, right after we started, there was some ice issues in front of the Brainerd bench. I think that got resolved, but yeah, some other parts of the ice as well have been a little tricky. Any thoughts from you why that may be?
I have no idea. It just looks like everyone forgot how to skate. Is what it kind of looked like. You mentioned on the one on the Garski breakaway, there was probably 4 players laying on the ice.
Yeah,
at one point.
It was kind of bizarre. Yeah, they fell over each other, and then 2 Warriors just fell near their blue line, and Garski was off to the races.
3-0 Grand Rapids. After 2 periods of play, we'll take another 3 minutes and come back to rundown stats on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
on the board. Great work by Andrew Kotke tonight. His first solo Rapids hockey game with us. And Andrew, you just get down to the end of the ads. We should get there by the end of the post game.
Should be at 3.5 minutes. That would still be 5. That's still longer than I think we have.
And welcome back to Yanmar Arena. We're between periods 2 and 3 with a 3-0 Grand Rapids lead. Run down what you have there, Super Joe.
Yeah, so in that second period, Grand Rapids adding a couple more markers, and getting it going was Ander Ryla at the 8:17 mark of the second. And the assists go to Nathan Garski and Colton Stupar. A beautiful shot by Ryla along the right wing from our perspective. He puts it home. And then for Rapids, it was Ryan Bymark with the goal. Assist to Colton Stupar. That made it 3-0 Grand Rapids on top of Duell's goal in the opening period on the power play from Seth Carlson and Ryla for your 3-0 score. And 2 penalties on Grand Rapids in the second, 1 on the Brainerd Warriors. And shots in the second were 9-5 Brainerd. They actually outshoot Grand Rapids. Right now, game total 17-11 Thunderhawks.
And the penalty to Brainerd to Katzenberger at the 16:34 mark. So there's still a minute 34 left in that penalty. The 2 roll-off cross-checking penalties. Grand Rapids did not hurt Grand Rapids.
And we talked earlier on about the GRG Lightning game tomorrow night at the Pavilion outdoors against Alexandria. The Cardinals, coached by former Lightning standout Molly Arola. Also tomorrow, you ready for this? Some afternoon hockey on a Friday, 1 o'clock. Greenway hosting Thief River Falls. And that time was changed because Greenway wanted to let the students come out, kind of give them half a day and enjoy a Raider hockey game. I'm not sure if it's homecoming or what the deal is, but either way, some Raider Friday afternoon hockey, and it's not even a holiday or anything.
Wow.
And we'll have that for you on KMFY tomorrow. Pregame at 12:45, face-off at 1. And then on Saturday, more Raider hockey, an even earlier start as they're in action at noon on a Saturday for a home game there as the Raiders continue their season. And that'll be against Mora. So looking forward to that one.
And also on Saturday, Grand Rapids hockey.
Against St. Thomas Academy. Yep, you can hear that game right here on J105. Pregame at 1:30, face-off at 2 o'clock. And before I move on from Greenway, just circling back, congrats to the Raiders. 7-0 win over Lake of the Woods on Tuesday night.
As Grand Rapids now going right to left, still on the power play as we start the third period in a 3-0 lead. Face-off won by the Warriors, and shot into the Grand Rapids zone, picked up there by Ryla, comes rink wide to Roloff. Roloff goes rink wide. King chases it into his own zone, and guess what? The Thunderhawks with an icing call, brought to you by Itasca Economic Development Corporation. You can shine a light on economic development in our community by calling IEDC today. Face off to the right of Ryder Miskovich. Face off won by Brainerd, back to the point. Shot goes wide of the net, but bounces back to the post. And Miskovich covers that. We'll do another face off to his right. Garski and Wyckoff on the draw. As Ryla will chase it into the corner and come this side to Roloff. Roloff, long pass ahead, tipped in, comes in on Bartholomew, who covers it and holds it for a face-off. And of course, we've had 3 face-offs now in the first 30 seconds of the third period.
Yeah, very similar to the starts of the first and the second.
Wyckoff and Duell this time on the face-off, and Wyckoff wins it. Pinching in was Ryla, but the puck squirts past and goes all the way down the ice. Miskovich leaves it there for Roloff with 53 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play. Roloff puts on the brakes at the half wall. Coming in is Will Miskovich. Miskovich turns behind the net, puts it back to Ryla. Ryla, it's been that kind of night. His pass goes just outside the zone. Ryla now comes near side to Will Miskovich. Miskovich gets it in the zone, but it's intercepted and shot out and down the ice. Roloff behind his own net. Roloff out to center, puts on the brakes, back to the point. Palachek, top of the circle, shot over the net. And that will rebound out to center ice with 4 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play. And Katzenberger back out onto the ice as the puck bounces in on Bartholomew, and he holds it for the face-off.
By the way, this weekend, Hockey Day Minnesota weekend.
Yes, it is.
The folks down in Shakopee hosting this weekend. Great memories of Hockey Day up here in Grand Rapids about a decade ago. And over in Bemidji, I remember the Raiders playing a very chilly game there as well.
I know Hibbing Eden Prairie, one of the games there. Long shot comes right in on Bartholomew. He makes the save as puck comes to the blue line. Now the Warriors do get it out to center. Bymark taps it ahead to Clayton. Clayton goes in wide, puts on the brakes. Bymark plays it back to Carpenter. Carpenter to Rabers. Shot wide. Rebound by Bymark. Backhanded it toward the net. And Bartholomew came back across and made the save.
I think Bymark had a little more time than he thought. He could have taken one more moment to kind of turn around and put it on the forehand and fire it home, but puts the backhander on Bartholomew, who scoops it up.
Face-off comes to the right of Bartholomew. As Will Miskovich cycles it down low. Over to get it is a 19 that I don't have. As the puck comes out in front, back to the point. Rabers shot right on. Rebound comes into the corner. Clearing pass, hits a body in front. Now banged off the glass and out to center by Liebel. And now chipped into the Grand Rapids zone, and it will go far enough for an Itasca Economic Development icing. As the face-off to the left of Bartholomew. Face up as a fight for the puck behind the Brainerd net. 3-0 Grand Rapids with 14:03 to go. As the Warriors get it out to center. With some speed through center ice. Long shot right on, and Ryder Miskovich holds it for a face-off. Thunderhawks leading 3-0 with 13:52 to go in period number 3. The William Tell Overture?
I guess so.
Wow.
Marvin Company mixing it up.
Little classical going on. Thunderhawks 3 abreast through center ice. Miskovich shot and a goal! Will Miskovich makes it 4-0 as he gets it through the pads of Bartholomew. We had a lot better angle on that than the Weimar shot, but my guess is it went in the same spot.
Sure did, yeah. Beautiful shot there by Miskovich to give Grand Rapids a 4-0 lead, and that might put it out of reach for the Warriors here tonight.
Well, even the 3-goal lead seemed pretty safe.
Yeah.
But Will Miskovich gets his 4th of the season. As the puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone. Roll off. His pass hits some traffic, bounces out front. That shot blocked as the Thunderhawks get it out to center. Now a shot goes wide by Lampa. Lampa taken hard into the boards. He gets up without a stick. Retrieves that. As Brainerd out to center. Thunderhawks.
As the Duell over there.
Yeah, Duell had been taken down in the zone.
He actually went for a check there and kind of got a 2-for-1 deal. Took out a couple of Brainerd players, but was laying in the zone offsides.
And Garsky's like, I had a good chance, you know?
He really did.
As the puck shot into the Brainerd zone, over to get it is Germanson. He can't control it. Hokanson. Now the puck off the boards. Oh, almost a breakaway for Heinlein, but it goes off the backhand side of his stick and into the corner. Roloff goes to the far side. As Garsky now comes back to Roloff. There's a delayed penalty coming up to Brainerd as they pick up the puck, and we'll have Grooms Property Services power play for the Thunderhawks with 12:30 to go. Grooms Property Service, they've been providing lawn care services, many landscaping services, and seasonal property cleanup in the greater Grand Rapids area for over 12 years. Face-off will come to the right of Bartholomew. Thunderhawks have a power play goal. That's what opened it up. They're 1 for 4, I believe, on the power play. As Clayton gets kicked out of the circle, Palachek can't win the draw. Does come back to the point to Roloff. Thunderhawks will set up the power play. It is a tripping call. As Clayton down low, can't control it. Wyckoff, he's pinned to the boards. Nice job by the Thunderhawks keeping that in. Now here's Roloff. His shot hits some bodies and goes wide. Bymark was in front. Gunderson comes to Roloff. Roloff back to Gunderson. Gunderson's shot blocked. And out comes Hokanson. Hokanson puts it behind the Grand Rapids net. 1:19 left in the Grand Rapids power play. As Roloff moves through center. Gets it to the far side. Palachek pinned to the boards. 4 players in that scrum as it comes to King, who gets it around the boards and down the ice. Roloff has to go back to get it, along with Ryla. Ryla picks it up, comes rink wide to Roloff. Roloff out to neutral ice, gets it to Ryla. Ryla moves in, shoots it behind the net. Garsky picks it up off the boards. Garsky back to Roloff. Roloff goes to Will Miskovich on the far side. Now Roloff. Roloff to Garsky. Down low, I think it almost surprised Duell. Duell gets it back to Roloff. Roloff goes in. Doesn't get his shot off. 18 seconds left in the power play. Roloff looking for Garsky. His shot blocked. Garsky takes another whack at it. Doesn't get it through. Roloff turns, gets it to Garsky. Oh, goes far side. Miskovich fans on the one-timer. Has the puck back to the point. Both teams at full strength. Roloff. Far side shot. Doesn't get through. and actually does finally trickle in on Bartholomew, and he'll hold for the face-off.
Yeah, some good pressure there by Grand Rapids on the power play. Bartholomew had to be ready on that one. It's fun watching Luka Roloff move around with the puck. I think he's been becoming the best skater for Grand Rapids this season.
No question.
And it's just fun to watch.
Thunderhawks keep it in. Shot right on. Rebound. Clayton there. Shot hits the side of the net on the rebound. Boy, Clayton, I loved where he was, getting dirty in front of the net. Puck comes to the point, and it comes out to center ice and pulled back in.
Grand Rapids Hockey is brought to you by Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids, also by Claremont and McBride Financial, the Timberlake, Fred's Live Bait and Tackle, Skoglund Electric, The Motor Shop, Grooms Dock and Lift, Clafton Skate, IEDC, and Rapids Roof Truss.
10:05 to go on a 4-0 Grand Rapids lead as Grand Rapids puts it deep in the Brainerd zone. Wyckoff digs it out, goes behind the net for Hagley. Hagley gets it out to center, tipped into the Grand Rapids zone. Carpenter brings it up the boards, has it taken off his stick by Wyckoff. Centering pass doesn't connect as the Thunderhawks get it out to center. Bymark with Clayton, comes in, shot off the post. Had a little bit of room, tried to tuck it in high, and that shot went off the post. Now here comes Roloff. Roloff circles behind the net, finds a little bit of room, tries to go short side, and shoots it wide. And we'll have an icing call now on Brainerd. Brought to you by Tasca Economic Development Corporation. 9:13 to go in period 3, 4-0 Grand Rapids. Palachek with the puck off the face-off. Back to Roloff. Now Gunderson to the far side in front, tipped, and Bartholomew makes the save. Now here's Roloff. Roloff, top of the circle, looking for an alley. Goes weak side, shot, goal! Miskovich gets his second, and it's 5-0 Grand Rapids.
Yeah, just a great shot there from right around one of the face-off circles as Miskovich puts that one home. Not much of a chance for Bartholomew as now a 5-0 edge for Grand Rapids, and kind of what we expected midway and then into the third period. Rapids pulling away here in this one.
And that was a nice creative pass by Roloff as he got that one across. Picked a nice passing lane when everyone thought he was going to shoot. And we'll get an icing call on the Warriors.
Roloff, the lone assist on that goal from Miskovich.
Face-off comes back in the Brainerd zone to the right of Bartholomew. 8:39 to go. This face-off won by the Warriors, and they shoot it out of play. So we'll do another face-off.
Why not?
Honey, I'll be home by midnight. I think. Face off to the left of Bartholomew. Duell going up against Tate Oyam. Thunderhawks win that draw cleanly. Here's Roloff. Roloff. Shot. Oh, rebound bounces right over Joey Miskovich's stick. He would have had a great scoring chance. What are shots this period? Grand Rapids has just dominated shots this period. Behind the net, comes out in front. Thunderhawks trying to pick it up. They will with Garski. Garski drops it for Roloff. Roloff looks for some room. Short side shot is turned away by Bartholomew.
Yeah, had a good amount of room there. Did Roloff on that one.
Stupar behind his own net. Goes to Duell. That goes past him. Roloff picks it up, circles in his own zone. And gets into the zone, comes all the way in, and Bartholomew is able to hold that for the face-off.
Shots are 8-1 this period, Sheldon.
Yeah, it feels about right. Drennan taking the draw against Wyckoff. Puck squirts back to the point. Thunderhawks keep it in. Nice job by Rabers. Bymark, who has a goal tonight, walks down the boards. Pinned in the corner. Wyckoff spins it around to the far side. Pinching in was Carpenter. Thunderhawks do keep it in. As it comes to the far side, Rabers keeps it in there. Off the boards comes Lampa out front looking for Drennan. That shot didn't get through. Back to the point, rebound shot, goal, that's Gus Drennan! Makes it 6-0. And you know what that does?
That puts us in the running time.
No one happier than me.
And right now, Brainerd a little unhappy. Bartholomew took a bit of a bump there. There was a lot of traffic in front of him. But nonetheless, Drennan does fire at home for goal number 6 for Rapids.
Second goal of the season for the senior captain, Gus Drennan.
As they head for the exits here at Yanmar.
Dylan Haar will replace Bartholomew in net. Boy, he has the Zubaz stripes on the... Is that like the Warrior thing?
I don't know. We got to get you some Zubaz.
Oh, I look good in Zubaz. No one looks good in Zubaz, actually. Will Miskovich backhands it deep as Haar puts it into the corner. So Grand Rapids now a 6-0 lead. Back to get it is King. King gets it out to center ice, takes a bump in front of the Grand Rapids net.
And we have Ethan Larson out for a shift for the Thunderhawks, number 11.
Oh, nice. I believe that's his first varsity shift. Maybe the first time he's dressed a game. As the puck backhanded to this side and gets it out to Larson. Larson ahead to Miskovich. Miskovich takes a bump as he goes into the corner. Trying to dig it out. Miskovich along with a number of others. And Brainerd comes away with it. Out to center ice. As Pelicek tries to move it ahead. Now the puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone. Everyone making changes. Puck comes ahead. Shot right on, and Haar makes the save. That was Gunderson getting the shot on net.
And then he took a shot, and he has a few words for the Warrior defense after he took that shot. And he'll just stand right there and take the face-off.
Going up against Oyam. Thunderhawks win the draw. Back to the point. Shot tipped in front, doesn't get through. Oyam backhands it up the boards. Gunderson spins, keeps it in. Comes to the near side. Lampa lays a hit on Chardelli as they scrum for it right in front of us. Back to the point. Gunderson keeps it in, goes far side. Raber's shot goes wide. Comes to the point, kept in by Carpenter. No. Comes out to center, and here comes Chardelli. Chardelli stopped at the blue line. Comes to Garski. Garski comes in, finds some room. Shot. Haar with the save. Garski has to go back to center ice. As Roloff comes in. Oh, Roloff finds Larson. Oh, Larson almost lights the lamp. Nice shoulder save by Haar. He's made some nice saves since he's come in.
Yeah, what a look there for Larson. Getting some ice time here late in this one. And earlier on had a chance to set up Miskovich for the hat trick, too.
as face-off will come back in the Brainerd zone after an IEDC icing. Can let you know that I didn't see anyone break a stick or a skate or anything, but when you need some equipment, head down to Clafton Skating Equipment across from Minnesota North College, the Itasca campus, on the east side of Grand Rapids, and they have hundreds of composite sticks in stock, and from the beginner to the pro, they have you covered. Brainerd on the draw, out to center ice with a little bit of room coming in. Shot goes wide of the net. Bounces all the way outside the zone where Hokinson picks it up. Back into the Grand Rapids zone. They say no icing. Stupar rings the boards to Garski. Garski stops at the half wall, takes a look, starts to wind up in the zone, makes one man miss, and comes into the zone, but it's offside. 3:14 and counting in a running time third. Thunderhawks lead 6-0. A workmanlike effort in a game that just hasn't had a lot of flow. Face-off outside the Brainerd blue line, and the one thing I hadn't given out is the M&H save of the game. Ryder Miskovich has been solid in net. Hasn't really been called on to make spectacular saves.
No, not really, but we can still give him a save of the game for a solid effort.
Absolutely. The saves of the game, all 12 of them, and so far no goals allowed for Ryder Miskovich. And when you're on the run looking for a quick, healthy snack or drink, it's M&H Convenience Store. Save 10 cents a gallon when you pay inside. Puck at the far side. Brainerd picks it up with 2:22 to go. Get it out to center ice, and unable to control it was Heinlein as the Thunderhawks come back in. Long shot in on Haar, makes the save. Back to the point to Clayton. Clayton's shot, that's blocked. And out to center ice comes Axton Peterson. Peterson can't control it as it comes back into the zone for Lebo. Lebo goes rink wide to King, gains the red line, shoots it into the Grand Rapids zone, goes back and tells his defenseman, see, that's how you don't get an icing. You gain the red line first.
And Ryder hurried back into the net because he doesn't want to lose his you-know-what.
1:42 to go in a 6-0 Grand Rapids lead. On a cold night here in Grand Rapids, I feel the draft from the door behind us yet. But they do have the heaters on. Raybers behind his net. Comes to the near side, Lampa can't get it out. Now it's down the ice, and guess what? It'll be an IEDC icing call on the Thunderhawks. 1:18 and counting with a 6-0 Grand Rapids lead. Deerwood Bank bringing you the third period of our YouTube stream. Face off to the left of Miskovich as we hit the final minute with Roloff moving it ahead as they still fight for it and being treated rather rudely, and we're finally going to get a whistle. Who was that down on the bottom of that who was roughed up pretty good for the Thunderhawks along the boards?
Don't know if we'll get any.
Joey Miskovich was getting treated rudely.
No penalties there, just a bit of a reset for possibly the final faceoff.
Puck into the Brainerd zone. Comes back out as Stupar picks it up, shoots it in deep. Haar stops it there as the final seconds tick away. And that will do it. Thunderhawks a 6-0 victory as Ryder Miskovich gets the shutout. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game show. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
I counted it up in my head. I know we have 26 minutes.
Yep. We'll go 3.5 here, Andrew, and then we'll take another break after that. Yeah.
Well, they're losing 4-0.
Ugh.
I understand you're picking up.
Yep. Gonna tear down to the best of my ability.
I'm gonna check out.
Okay. Sounds good, Wimmer. Thank you
Good to
very
see you,
much.
Joel.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you for your work.
See you next time.
Yeah, for sure. Grand Rapids hockey entertaining the Brainerd Warriors on a Thursday night. And it would be Grand Rapids skating away with a 6-0 win. Thunderhawks on the board in the first period at the 6:06 mark. Power play goal from Jamison Duell. Assist to Seth Carlson and Ander Ryla. 1-0 Rapids after one. Shots in the first, 12-2 Thunderhawks. In the second, Grand Rapids scores again at the 8:17 mark. And this was Ryla with the goal. Assist to Nathan Garski and Colton Stupar. Rapids again at the 12:50 mark. Ryan Bymark with the goal. Assist to Stupar. 3-0 Thunderhawks after two. Shots in the second. 9-5 Brainerd. We go to the third, and Rapids adds a few more, starting with Will Miskovich at 3:19. Assist to Luka Roloff and Luke Palachek. And then at 8:11, it was Will Miskovich again. Another assist for Roloff. That made it 5-0, and then Grand Rapids capped it off at the 9:53 mark. Gus Drennan with the goal and the assist to Ari Lampa. 6-0 Grand Rapids over Brainerd on Thursday night. Final shots on goal, 29-12 Grand Rapids. Ryder Miskovich, the win in net, as he makes 11 saves. Pardon me, he makes 12 saves for the shutout. And Grand Rapids gets the win, 6-0 over Brainerd on Thursday night. Joe Gigliotti with your recap. And Andrew will take another 3.5 minutes here, and we'll send it back to the studios. Stay with us. Post-game interviews coming up next. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey, J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Thank you, Andrew. 3.5, please. 3.5. Just taking one more break here.
Might as well.
And then we'll come back for a final. And then I'll have him put the ads, the last few ads, and just go right to the outro.
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
So what? I mean,
I'm not sure. I'll figure it out.
yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah.
Happy trails to you. Wonder what's going on here.
Oh, we got the Skate with the Thunderhawks thing going on tonight.
Oh. Yep.
And welcome back one more time to Yanmar Arena. 6-0 Grand Rapids win tonight over the Brainerd Warriors. And let's see if we were able to get a post-game interview. Post-game interview, got Will Miskovich, Ryan Bymark, and Will, a couple goals late. This was a game that was tough to get any flow going.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to, get going when, you can't really, I don't know, there's so much space, it's kind of hard to control the puck sometimes, but, I mean, I think we really picked it up in the second and third and just felt good to bury a few late in the game.
And Ryan, you get another goal. Talk a little bit about your goal.
I just came down the left side of the ice and saw I had to shoot or else I was going to get hit, and looked down, ripped it, and next thing I knew it was back the net.
So was that one between the pads?
No, I think it went low glove there.
Okay. And one of yours, I know, went between the pads. Did you pick that spot, or was it, are you going to call a lucky shot?
I picked it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I was lucky. I mean, it went off their defenseman, but I don't know. I mean, a goal's a goal.
Yeah, you got it. And I know 2 losses last weekend. Do you feel the team picked it up and played better tonight?
Yeah, I think the team's going to go through a lot of adversity, and we're finally starting to take a step here, and this is a game we needed to win by quite a bit.
And you got a big one coming up on Saturday against St. Thomas. What's the attitude going into that one, Will?
Must win. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're going to be a good team. They're going to be hard. They're going to be fast. But I think if we come out, hit them head on, I think we'll do pretty well.
And I think you got the skate with the Thunderhawks thing going on. Is that always a fun time?
Oh, it's always a blast. The kids love it, so yeah.
All right, good win tonight, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
And that is Ryan Bymark and Will Miskovich on our post-game interview. 3 of the 6 goals right there in our interview.
I like it. Right on, my friend.
And
there we go.
And all of the skate with the Thunderhawks, and boy, the kids were out. There's even an Andrew Ryle, a Greenway jersey out there now.
Oh my gosh, is that allowed? Of course it is.
One of the must be a little relative, but if you look closely, you'll find a little green Ryla jersey out there. Which is cute. But yeah, this is always a great fun time to have that skate with the Thunderhawks and the kids. Like Ryan said, the kids love it. The kids look forward to it. It is time for our Motor Shop 3 stars of the game. And the Motor Shop, whatever motor you have, they can get it going, whether it's to fix a furnace or to fix the snowblower or the snowmobile, anything, gas or electric, take it to the Motor Shop. And they also offer mobile and in-shop welding repair from aluminum docks and more. And all of your steel products. Again, Highway 169 East in Grand Rapids. What do you got, Super Joe?
Let's see. For the 3rd star, I'm going to go with Colton Stupar. A couple of assists for him.
I like that. I thought he played well, and he was on that top defensive pairing a lot tonight.
2nd star, I'll go with Ander Ryla, goal and an assist. And 1st star, Will Miskovich with 2 goals. Honorable mentions for Luka Roloff and Ryan Bymark. 2 points apiece there as well.
Those are your Motor Shop 3 stars of the game with Will Miskovich, Ander Ryla, and Colton Stupard. Nice choices there. And that will wrap it up tonight. Tomorrow night, an hour earlier than this, in the pavilion outside to unofficially kick off Hockey Day in Minnesota a day early.
Are we the unofficial start?
We are the unofficial start.
Nice.
Doing outdoor hockey tomorrow with the Lightning taking on Alexandria. Also on KMFY, Greenway taking on Thief River Falls at 1. For Andrew Kotke back at the station, Super Joe Gigliotti here with me, and I'm Sheldon Willis. 6-0 Grand Rapids over Brainerd, your final score. And you've been listening to it on J105 The Thunder and J105radio.com.
Alrighty, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, just finish up those ads and take out that pause before the close. So just play the ads, play the close, and go back to automation and save the game. Thank you, sir. Good work.
You get to shut down.
I do.
The thing. Yeah, I was really glad you were my color guy.